In this video, we will discuss the distinguish between vector or cross product and the scalar or dot product. So, we discuss the basic concept and the introductions of vector cross product and scalar dot product. So, first of all, what is vector cross product? It says that if the product of two vectors is a vector quantity, then the product is called vector or cross product. That means if P is a vector and Q is a vector, if the production of these two vector equals to a new vector, like this is R is also a vector, then this kind of product means cross product, and for that we use the cross sign between these two vector. On the other hand, if the product of two vector is scalar quantity, then the product is called scalar dot product. If I P is a vector and Q is a vector, and the product of these two P and Q vector is new vector like R vector, but R is not a vector, it is a scalar quantity. Then this vector, product of these two vector is known as scalar or dot product. Here we use the dot sign. So this is the scalar product. Then if P, Q are vectors, then modulus of P cross Q equals to PQ sin alpha, and P cross Q equals to eta of PQ sin alpha. Here alpha equals to angle between the two vectors, and eta is a unit vector perpendicular to the plane containing the P and Q vector. So the formula of the cross multiplication is for P cross Q, we know we will find out modulus of P, modulus of Q sin alpha with a value of eta. Here this is identify, or this is give us the magnitude of the product of these two vector, and here eta gives us the direction. So this is the main concept of this P cross Q, and here it says that if P and Q are vectors, then P dot Q equals to PQ cos of alpha, and where alpha is the angle between P and Q. So the third one is vector product of two vector does not follow commutative law. So for P cross Q, we will not get the Q cross P because the angle will be changed, and hence our direction of these two vectors will be changed. On the other hand, scalar product of two vectors follow the commutative law. That means P cross P dot Q and the Q dot P will give us the equal equal value. And the fourth one is if two vectors are parallel to each other, then their vector product is 0, although the magnitude of the vectors are not 0. This is an important law. This law says that if two vectors are parallel to each other, that means this is a vector P and this is a vector Q, and these two vectors are parallel to each other. So as they are parallel to each other, their angle between these two vectors will be 0. As the angle of these two vectors is 0, here the alpha will be 0, and the whole equations will be gives us value of 0. So if I want to find out if the two vectors is parallel or not, so we have to find out that if the cross product of these two vectors are 0 or not. And for the scalar case, if the two vectors act perpendicular to each other, then their scalar product is 0, even though the magnitude of the vectors are not 0. As we know, for the P dot Q, we will get modulus of P, modulus of Q, cos of alpha. So here, if P and Q are perpendicular to each other and the angle between this P and Q is 90 degree, so the alpha will be 90 degree. And we know for 90 degree value of cos alpha, we'll get the value 0. So when these two vectors are perpendicular to each other, their dot product will give us a value which is 0. So if I want to find out if two vectors are perpendicular or not, I only have to find out if their dot product is 0 or not. If their dot product is 0, then we can say they are perpendicular to each other. If their dot product is not 0, we can say they are not perpendicular to each other. This is the difference between this vector cross product or scalar or dot product. That's all for today's video. Please like this video and do subscribe to our channel. Thank you.